Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. I'm your host, like sometimes, Alex. I'm here with Sebastian and Bert, who are always here.
Well, I'm mostly here.
When he remembers to hit record, he's here.
I've been here every time.
Yeah.
No, I had the wrong microphone, I think, that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're all here this time.
So basically, we were supposed to do a Wild Robot episode. Someone forgot, and now we're winging it.
Yeah, Bert.
What? No, it was you. I'll throw you under the bus. I was looking forward to this episode, and you just ruined it.
I watched it.
I don't know. I don't really have an excuse. I don't know why I didn't know that we were doing that.
It's okay.
Left my brain.
Okay, so we're going to kill the time with news. Hopefully shoot for 40-45 minutes. And then also just random stories, I guess.
This is where we got to pull out our most funny
level 10 charisma.
Yeah.
Improv skills.
Yeah, all of our improv skills, all our speech checks, everything.
This will be a good
That's true. Well, let's get through the news first. I'll start with the smaller one. A game that I personally don't like at all, but I see this as big news because this is probably one of the biggest indie games of all time. Have you guys seen the announcement of Undertale Plus?
I don't know what that is.
Bert, I think you're a big Undertale guy, right?
Nope.
No, I'm not. But I do like the music for some of the songs.
I think the combat is pretty interesting with the way that like they go into that like heart dodging thing, but
I do like that.
I don't know. I just found it to be like too weird for me.
I think it's cool, the story behind how it was programmed. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I do, yeah. But you say it because we're killing
So for
time.
the audience, so the guy that programmed the game, and keep in mind, this game was like a very popular indie game. Like it was super successful.
Slight thing before you get into that, just because I know he has no idea what Undertale even is. In like probably 2014 or 16 or some shit like that.
It's 2016.
Undertale. That's what I thought, yeah. 2016. Undertale was like the pop-off indie game.
I was in middle school.
Yeah, everyone was like, holy shit, this is like the greatest game ever. Is this the next Minecraft levels of like, this is a good indie game?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It, like, for a lot of kids, especially in my school, it defined a lot of their like quote unquote childhoods. Like all the kids were memeing it around my school. It was great. Kind of annoying, but it was a good time. But anyways,
but it's
that
like
game,
super weird. That's why I don't like it, I guess. It's like very strange.
Yeah, that game kind of has some weird dialogue. But one thing that's kind of neat about it is that depending on how you play the game, it has very different outcomes or completely different stories. So like if you like in the game, you can either choose to dodge the character's attacks with with the heart and using like your arrow keys, or you and do that a while, and then like eventually they'll like kind of give up, I think, or you can just straight on attack them. And then depending on what you do, it like will give you different story options. There's like, so I think it's called like the genocide and the pacifist run.
Okay.
And I don't know, a lot of people like that. But what I was trying to get at is that the guy that made the game was a super novice programmer, and the game was pretty much made with a bunch of if statements and like case switches. Which
what are case switches?
Like,
it's basically like the simplest thing you can do in programming.
But there's but you can kind of like select the option.
It's basically I don't know how to say it without explaining programs. It's pretty much a switch statement.
Okay.
Yeah, it you can choose which door to go down or which path to go down.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's basically just had a ton of options that you could do, a bunch of branches.
It's super inefficient, and it was no one that would actually make a game like nowadays would program that way. But if you don't know a lot of code, that's what you would do. It's very impressive, and that kind of goes to show that despite not being like a quote unquote expert, you can still make a good product. I think that's cool.
That is kind of cool then.
Yeah. So basically, there's like this huge mod, but it's like almost official because it's been like hyped by the developer as well for Undertale, and it's basically just like I think it's like 10 or 12 add-ons for Undertale that are like basically like 10 times the length of the game and shit that everyone's excited about.
That's actually
Let me look
pretty
right
cool.
now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, so 10 add-ons.
Wow,
People are hyped about
that's
it.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Can you send me that link?
I can send you the YouTube video.
That works. Because I'm kind of interested in that.
I'm not really an Undertale guy, so
I have a friend that is, and I'm going to forward it to him and see what he says.
people seem hyped. It's like a big deal, especially because Undertale has been like not talked about for years, I feel like.
Yeah.
2016, that's almost 10 years ago. 9, 8, yeah, no, 9, no.
Yeah, it has been a while.
So, kind of exciting. I still don't think I'll play it because I didn't like Undertale. Not that it's bad, I just wasn't into it. I do remember buying it, though. Mm-hmm. Regretting it.
I've actually thought about replaying it, or actually sitting down and playing it for the first time.
It's kind of creepy, like the whole game in general.
Because I bought it when it was popular, like when it was coming out, but it just wasn't one of those games that like stuck with me.
Might be a good deck game.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, who knows?
I'll probably play it after I'm done with Astrobot.
I was gonna ask you guys because I recently got a deck. What
You
kind?
did got a deck.
Yeah, I did got a deck.
Dude got one.
Yeah. So now I need to actually like use it. I haven't even turned it on. But are there certain games that like you just are like unplayable on that, or like is it pretty much good for whatever?
Pretty much anything
games.
like 22 and before you can play on it. Some of the newer things you can't.
Okay, so then that's not bad. I don't play a bunch of new games anyway.
The deck
great
is
if you wanna
fire
play
for the
retro
original
games.
Spider-Man game and also Miles Morales.
It
Those
is
are good deck games.
It is good for that one or not?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Any
games you wanna
indie
play?
game that exists, good on deck.
If you don't,
What's that?
What's a good Moonlighter? I think it's called. Is a great indie game. I think for the Steam Deck.
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's like a dungeon crawler sorta. You go into a dungeon, you kill monsters, and they drop like different items. And you can use those items to make armor, weapons, and then you have to sell them in your shop for gold to actually purchase said items and weapons and stuff. So it's pretty fun.
You know what the deck actually got me to finally finish was Fallout 4. I beat Fallout 4 on the deck, and
I feel like
that was a game that I never played.
I feel like Fallout 4 gets a bad rep.
Well, that's because it's worse than 3 in New Vegas.
But it's not bad. It's like a fun game. I enjoyed it.
I think its gameplay is fine. It's just every single dialogue interaction that sucks.
Yeah. He never really does say what you want him to say. Or
Yeah, it's
even
like
what it
yes
says
or
it's gonna
no.
say.
I remember specifically this one, when you first get to Diamond City, and there's this guy that doesn't know what baseball is, and he's trying to like piece it together, like in history, like what was it? And he's like, oh, these are swatters. Players used to beat each other to death with them, when he's talking about baseball bats. And
Yeah, I
then
remember
like
this.
one of your options is like, that's not how you play baseball. And I was like, oh, well, let me tell him that. And then your guy goes, that's not how you play baseball, dumbass. Are you fucking stupid? And I'm like, what the hell?
Is that what I meant to say?
Yeah. Yeah. That I agree. That is very not good.
Oh my god. But yeah, Fallout 4, I played the whole thing on deck, worked great. Like I said, Spider-Man, any indie game. I feel like Subnautica would be a good deck game. I never played it on deck, but I do love Subnautica.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends if you want to use controller. I guess with you probably do, right?
Yeah, Vampire Survivor, peak deck
That game is like perfect for the deck.
Vampire Survivor?
Yeah.
It's an indie game.
I was gonna say I've never even heard of it.
I don't know how to really describe it. It's kind of like a mob horde game. You're a little guy, and you have to like collect upgrades and XP and get stronger.
terrible pixel art, but it's so fun. I think it's so ugly though. Like I hate how things look.
Yeah, I like
But
the
I do
old
love
man
playing it.
with the garlic.
It literally has like one button, and it's the stick to move. That's
Yeah.
the whole gameplay. But it's just good. It's really good. For
Baladra
you,
would be
I
a
would
good
actually
deck game.
say I haven't played that, but I did think that. I think you should consider getting Spider-Man on your deck and then 100%ing it on Steam.
Yeah, I need actually 100%.
Yeah, I
Miles
did think
still.
about that just because I want 100% it anyway. So that's definitely an option.
So
You know what game I want 100% next? Besides Spider-Man? Astrobot.
No. I do too, but I'm waiting for it to be on PC.
I'll probably do it on PlayStation and then on PC.
Wow, you'll
Nice.
100% it twice?
Yeah, it's maybe not 100% it, but I'll definitely get all of, like the little robots that you can get,
Yeah.
and then I'll actually
okay.
100% it on PC.
While we're on the topic, this is perfect for me to move to the next news of Spider-Man 2 coming to PC, which I didn't know was happening until it came. Well, I think on our last pod, I was like, "Is this real? Spider-Man 2 coming to PC?"
Yeah,
There's
and then
no
like
way.
the next day, I opened Steam and I saw that it came out, and I messaged you.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so I bought it, downloaded it, it crashed instantly. Then I launched it again, and it ran like shit. It barely worked, and I had a terrible experience.
That
What
sounds
else
like
do you
a
expect
typical
from a
day one
game?
launch for a Sony exclusive.
Yeah, they did update it, and now I can actually play at least, but the ray tracing is destroying my PC, which is
Well, I wonder
kind of
if-
insane.
Did you update your drivers?
Yep.
Okay, so I bet drivers came out for that. Now that I'm thinking about
I can play it without ray tracing maxed out, but ray tracing bodies it, which I'm kind of surprised. My car's not that old. It's a 3090 Ti, but their specs are insane. The
90?
minimum 3080, sorry. The the recommended specs for it are a 4090.
it. Yeah,
That's crazy. They really out here saying you're recommended to have the most expensive graphics card that exists.
well, that goes back into me saying that games aren't optimized anymore.
Well, to be fair, Sony ports always suck.
That is true. However, one game that I stopped playing because it ran so bad on my PC was Jedi Survivors, and I replayed
Oh.
that I think like maybe 2 nights ago, and it ran.
Is that the second one?
Yeah, and it ran significantly better. Like I actually am looking forward
let's
to
go.
playing that game again.
I loved
know
the
what
first
else?
game.
I enjoyed it.
I like the first one actually.
I didn't
That's the only Dark
do
Souls
all the
type game I've liked.
collectibles, but I did enjoy the story and I liked the combat. I'm not
like
opposed
the
to going
ending.
back and playing it on the max difficulty just to see how hard it really is. Because I played from the not normal, but one above.
I liked getting destroyed by Vader.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty fun.
You know what else I tried in this Spider-Man port was they had the frame generation option. It sucks.
Yeah,
Could you tell, like, the difference?
it probably
Well-
didn't it look fuzzy?
No,
I
it
always
wasn't
think it
that it
looks
looked
fuzzy.
fuzzy, but it like I thought you hadn't tried it. When have you tried it?
Well, I've tried DLSS.
Yeah, but that's a
Which-
little different.
Oh,
They
then I
have
haven't tried it.
specifically it. I don't know what it is, but it says frame generation in there, and I was like, let me try this out, and it just makes everything flicker. Like, I guess it just fucks with textures or something. Maybe that's not a problem specifically with the frame generation, but something else that they busted. But
Yeah, maybe it just isn't working because it's still, the game's
Yeah.
broken.
I mean, it does raise my frame rate, but it like everything's fucking flashing. I'm getting flashbanged while I'm playing.
The frames
Like, I
that
was
it's
like-
quote unquote rendering aren't even
Yeah.
like it's just like it's the blackness that you're seeing.
I'm like, I gotta turn this off. I can't.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I would say don't buy Spider-Man 2 on PC for at least like a month, probably. I mean, it's playable now, but Still doesn't run great. Like I always get missing textures or someone's face disappearing or spider cube.
Have you had the
Yeah,
spider cube?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna finish 100%ing Miles, and that'll probably take me a bit. So then I'll look into Spider-Man 2 afterwards.
What I've realized playing this though now, I think you were right. The first one's better. I'm pretty sure I said this one was better when it came out. The first one's definitely better.
I like the swinging in that one more, but I like
Swinging is better in this one. Yeah. Most of combat is better in this one. I hate the web gadgets in this one. They're way worse.
Yeah, they were.
I prefer to have actual gadgets.
I liked the combat in 1 way more.
Yeah, and I don't care for like the spider arms really. Like I thought having the wheel of different web gadgets was way better than the spider arms.
And
that's
it
what
was
I'm
so
talking
fun
about.
to switch between the different web types in the middle of combat.
I miss the impact web so much.
I loved bullying people.
The web bombs, those were good.
Yeah.
Also, now that I'm like playing through this and not hyped anymore, I feel like they kind of dog shit on Peter all the time. Like Miles is just always saving him.
We said that. We said that in the in our review of it.
I do remember saying that, but
I should go back and listen to that.
It feels more like it's not terrible. Like I still think it's up there. Like I don't know what I would give the first one, but maybe like a 9 maybe. This one's probably like a 7 actually though.
I would want to go back and see what we actually ranked it, because I'm pretty sure
got the first game, but this game swings. That would be perfect.
I do think that gameplay wise, this one is better in every way except for the gadgets, which I'm pretty sure I said last time.
I like
the swinging's better. I love being able to shoot the webs to stand on for the stealth sections.
Yes.
I like that you can wall take down. I like the animations more. The black suit is amazing. Everything about it, all its abilities are cool. I just miss the web gadgets. It's like the main thing, and I don't care for the spider arms. I don't care for the venom abilities.
I don't really
like Miles' venom abilities. I'm saying.
Yeah, I like the story better in the first one. I think was what I said, and I think I said that I like the first one better.
Definitely better.
I agree with that.
That's why I'm saying gameplay is better in this one. It's literally just the gadgets that are holding me back.
It just gave you so much more like freedom of choice during each like mission or whatever you were doing. When you had different gadgets, like you could attack everything differently, which made it fun.
I agree with that. Well, I still do like the story in this one. I guess it just bothers me. Like the main thing that bothers me is that Miles solos Black Suit Peter. That's like the main point that I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, that is kind of. Well, I mean, now, he has his venom
technically,
powers.
Peter is fighting back mentally, so I guess he's probably nerfed, but
he's also fighting back what?
Like he's trying to not be evil.
I guess.
But also, Miles, I remember this, I haven't gotten there yet, but Miles solos Venom and Peter gets bodied by him.
He solos Venom? I don't. Oh, yeah.
In the end, Venom and Peter gets bodied by like a phase 1 Venom, and then Venom gets stronger, and then Miles solos him.
He doesn't really solo him though, because Peter has this moment with him too before that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, overall, I still like the story. Like, I like all of the Peter Harry moments. I really like Harry. And I like Miles' moments not with Peter. Like, I think the Miles Lee stuff is really cool.
I did remember liking that. I did think that was something that they could have even done more with.
Yeah.
Because he's the whole reason his dad's dead.
I think they did a good job with that, actually. I like how they went with that. It really just comes down to, like, I feel like so many times Miles saves Peter, and it starts to be like, again? Really?
Yeah, I agree with that.
But overall, still pretty good. Like, gameplay-wise, love it.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
To move on from Spider-Man, I got 2 things. One of them kind of good, one of them terrible. Can you guess
Love
what
to
game
hear
is
it.
the bad news about? Should be an
Halo.
easy guess. He's good. He is good.
Yeah, I've been here. Been around the block.
So, Halo Infinite, terrible game, but does everyone remember back when it came out, the one thing that people did say, hey, this is actually good. You fucked up everything, but this one thing is good.
No.
I don't remember.
It was the non-expiring battle passes.
Oh, yeah.
They stopped doing that.
Oh.
So what, you got to pay for them all? Or are they expired now?
Yeah, they started to expire now.
That sucks.
Yeah, especially because they promised specifically. They're like, in our game, battle passes will never expire. No fear of missing out. That was a lie.
Turns
No,
out you
you-
should be afraid.
Yeah, be afraid.
So their excuse, though, which I think is bullshit, is that technically these are not season battle passes, but I mean they kind of are, because a couple months ago, something like that, they were like, we're done doing seasons, we're just doing updates now, but they're still releasing battle passes for these updates, but because they're not seasons, they expire.
That's stupid. So the other ones, they're still available, though?
I think so. I mean, I'm not going to launch the game, it sucks, but I think so, yeah.
Real.
That's good, I
if you
guess.
buy them, they don't expire. But if you don't buy them, they expire. So it's
Eh.
like a half.
Eh.
Kind of unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. That game's dead anyway.
That's true. It just sucks that they lied. And this is like, they just did their whole rebrand thing. They're like, we're a new company. We're not like the
They're
old.
not.
And the very first two things they do is not pay a mod team and lie to everyone.
Yeah,
Typical.
just going back to old habits.
And say no to the Doom crossover thing. Like, these are the first three things they do after saying we're not the old us. So,
There's
I
a
mean,
Doom. There's a Doom like suit and like whole skin cosmetic thing in Starfield now.
I heard about that, but I haven't seen it. I don't
It
like
actually-
Starfield.
It looks pretty good.
Haven't played it though. Doom Eternal comes out next month, or is it this month? It's pretty
I'm so-
soon. Not
I'm so
Eternal,
ex-
Dark Age.
Dark Ages. Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
Doom is a good game. Well, I guess now you're not on deck anymore, but you could have played the first two Dooms on deck.
Yeah, I am just starting Doom Eternal,
Probably could play that on deck.
I'm trying to finish the first Doom.
but I don't have it on. I don't have it on PC.
I had a couple
Unfortunate.
levels the other night.
I have not started Eternal, but I totally should. But there's no way I beat it before Dark Ages comes out. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't want to go like back to back, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it almost it'd be kind of, you'd burn yourself out, pretty much.
What will probably happen is when Dark Ages comes out, all the hype around Doom will make me play Eternal. I'll love Eternal, and then I'll play Dark Ages in like a year or so, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the sad Halo news, but the possibly good news, which could be terrible in the future, but for right now looks good, is there was the first shown footage of the next Battlefield game.
Oh, that's exciting.
And, hear me out on this one, it looked like Battlefield 3.
Let's go. That's what
I love Battlefield 3.
That's what
It's
got me
in
into
a-
Battlefield.
It's in modern setting, so
Bert, you missed
That's
out
pretty hype.
on a peak moment by not playing
you missed
Battlefield
out on
3.
the entire franchise because after Battlefield 4 it was shit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And even Battlefield 4 sucked ass for the first year until they stopped the crashes.
For me, the Battlefields work better in Modern Warfare. They don't work as well with World War II era and back.
I actually thought the World War II one was decent, but yeah, I prefer the modern era. And honestly, though, as troll as it sounds, I guess I don't prefer the modern era anymore because our modern era is now, you know, we're in the year of Black Ops 2 right now. So
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess I prefer, you know,
The future.
2000s, the past, but like barely for a setting of a war game.
I mean, it's still considered modern warfare.
Yeah, I guess. I also don't mind the Black Ops 1 setting. I think that's a good one too.
The Cold War era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not bad either.
But for Battlefield, definitely I prefer somewhat modern, yeah. Because when it gets too future, it's like chaotic. And when it's too past, it's like they just add random shit to like make it feel more exciting. But it's like, I don't know if this would be happening in World War One.
Yeah. It's a weird balance. I think it works best in the modern era.
Yeah, so it's not much. It's only like a minute or two, but it looked pretty cool. Obviously, they showed off some cool destruction. As far as I can tell, there is no more, I don't know what they called them, like heroes or whatever.
Oh, thank goodness.
Whatever Hopefully they were called in the previous one. Hopefully they bring back the classes.
Yeah, the class system is the best.
I want Battlefield to be good again because I liked Battlefield more than Call of Duty during Battlefield 3 time.
Yeah, it was pretty. There was a period of time where I preferred it. So,
if this new Battlefield, which doesn't even have a date or anything, I would assume it's next year at the earliest, though. If it's good, we should totally play it because
that's got to be a must.
It's been so long since a Battlefield's been like even just okay.
Yeah, that has to be a must.
So it's exciting. I would say look it up. It's cool. It's basically just, look how cool our graphics are. Battlefield's always been, pretty high on graphics. And look at this crazy destruction, and look at the setting, modern.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I always liked sniping in Battlefield and flying jets.
I liked flying jets, but I liked when they had it. This was Battlefield 4 and before. They stopped doing this in the later games for some reason, which I think is dumb, but I liked when the teams like had a base and like you would fly, like you'd take off the jet, you would like have your aircraft carrier and stuff instead of just, let me spawn in a jet in the air. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I liked when the teams had their bases. I liked Rush in Battlefield 3. I remember like storming the beach on, I wish I remembered the map. Not Gulf of Oman, but
that was my favorite map, was Gulf of Oman.
Battlefield 3 rocked. It was good. That's all I got for news, though, besides the one that I'm letting you have.
Yeah, so I guess we can move on to that now, since you're done. Unless, Bert, you didn't have anything, did you?
No.
Okay, yeah. So, the Fantastic Four trailer just dropped, the first teaser.
I saw that.
It looked pretty good to me. I'm not sure how I felt about how the Thing looked. Because
I think it looked fine.
It looked good, I think. I'm just not sure yet.
Maybe slightly out of place.
Yeah, I need to see him doing stuff more.
I don't like how he has a shirt.
I need to see him interact with the environment. I don't know.
There's nothing that I like hate about it. I guess it's just because I'm used to the other ones, which everyone hates, which I honestly think the first one is all right. The 2005 one, I think that one's okay. But
that one's an actual suit.
What? No, it's not.
2005 thing? Yeah, it is.
I'm just saying the movie in general, I think is okay. That one that everybody hates.
I thought you were talking about the Thing.
No. But in this one, the Thing, when they're in their Fantastic Four uniforms or costumes or whatever you call it, he has a shirt, and I think that looks weird. But
yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's he's worn it at different times in the comics. So I mean, he probably won't always have it, I would think. Maybe this movie, and then they'll change all their costumes every time they have a new movie or whatever. So, it'll always be different. But overall, it looked good to me. I was excited. I'm pretty excited for that movie in general, though.
I'm more excited for that than Captain America, but I've always liked the Fantastic Four. It's gonna be weird. Like I know that this is like their accurate like portrayal, right? They're supposed to be in this time period.
Yes, it's like supposed to be like a retro time period. They're in a different timeline, so they're in like a different universe, but it's supposed to be like a 50s kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how that works, but I mean, I don't know. I could go either way. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. Like it didn't make me hate. Nothing I hated about it, but nothing like hyped me about it.
Galactus hyped me. I mean, and he's actual Galactus. He's not a cloud like he was in the Silver Surfer one.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's going to be sweet. And then I'm assuming that we're probably going to get a teaser of RDJ's Doctor Doom too at some point.
I saw
that was such a hype reveal.
Yeah, that was. I saw a like theory, I guess, of how the Fantastic Four thing is gonna go, and I actually would be so hype if they did this, but I don't think they will. Where people are saying that because they're a different timeline and they need to like get them into the main one, that Galactus is just gonna like destroy their whole world.
He'll just win.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be good.
It would subvert expectations.
Yeah, or they do win and they beat Galactus, or they stop him or whatever, and
he's their main guy.
And well, yeah, but Doom comes in and is like, he's the one that they have to deal with, and then they can't stop him, and then it leads into Secret Wars.
And they go to get help.
Yeah, either that or he just destroys their universe, and he's like, I'm gonna move on to the next one, and they like barely escape at the end.
I want their universe to get destroyed. I think that'd be like an ending that finally brings hype back to the MCU.
I think so too.
Yeah, they need to stop being so safe with everything. Enough with the new characters. Like, okay, we got some new people around and in and everything, but let's
take off the training wheels and
yes.
I'm also a big Pedro fan.
Big who?
Pedro?
Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal. I'm a big Pedro Pascal.
He was
fan.
on The Wild Robot. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, he's the fox.
Mm-hmm.
You said you are a fan or you're not?
I am.
Okay, yeah. He's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, he's done a lot lately. He's Joel. He's the fox that Bert was just talking about. The Mandalorian. Now he's in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's killing it right now.
I don't know how I feel about him being Reed, but I mean,
yeah,
time will tell.
Maybe it'll make me actually like Reed for once.
Well, I'm interested to see how he plays Reed, or how the MCU decides to do Reed, because Reed's kind of a dick. Not even kind of. He is a dick. It's like
he's just like a super smart ass.
Well, yeah, that he's always like smarter than everybody, so he like ends up
condescending about it.
Yeah, usually. He's gotten better in like modern times, like in the comics, but he tends to be like a real dick. And if you go back to like the 50s era, when the Fantastic Four were like in their heyday and first getting their books done, he is like so mean to Sue. Like, if you guys have to read
his wife,
yes,
he didn't have rights yet or something.
Literally, no. Like, it was bad. Like, if you would read those, they could never be published today. The things that he would say to her. It's
that's
insane.
So funny.
You
maybe
guys
I should read it.
What's funny about that is you would think that'd be Johnny saying some dumb shit like that, but
no, Johnny never did anything like that. He is usually Johnny just fell in love with people at first sight. That was like his thing. He kind of just like loved everybody.
It's gonna be weird for me to not like the other ones. I can kind of get past, but like specifically Chris Evans not being Johnny is weird to me.
Yeah, he is very good as Johnny.
I don't think I watched that movie much growing up.
Probably
maybe
not.
once.
Yeah, it was more. We were probably like.
Well, I can't.
I was a perfect
I would have
age
been
to
5 and
miss
7.
Most of the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't call it good stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't call it good, but it was alright.
Yeah, the only stuff out.
It was an era.
I actually think the first one is decent. I like the first one.
The only one I remember is the one that we saw.
Oh, the Fantastic Four with the number 4 and it's thrown instead of the A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's terrible. It can't be worse than that.
Where they get like teleported.
Yeah, and
the
things
guy
like,
got
it's
covered in
fantastic.
rocks.
And he goes, say that again.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that movie's
That was
awful.
terrible.
The fan four stick. That's what they call it usually.
Yeah, that one's bad. That one's on the level with these recent Sony movies.
Yeah. I think I would probably have to agree. It is very, very bad.
I mean, it's a little better than Madam Web, but it's probably around that Craven level.
Yeah, Madam Web's. Yeah, okay, I'll give you Craven. Madam Web is on in a stratosphere of its own.
Yeah, that was pretty horrendous.
There's a lot of Marvel stuff coming. We've got the first 2 episodes of the Spider-Man animated show are out
When does
now.
that? How do we know how many episodes that's going to be? Because I would prefer to just do like an episode of the whole
All of
thing
them?
out. Unless it's going to be like 50, then maybe not.
I'm not sure. Let me look real quick.
We
Talk
can
about
do every
something.
like 5 episodes if that's the case.
Yeah. What I saw actually, fact check me on this, boys. Is it true that Superman also has an animated show now?
Yeah, it is, and it's actually good.
Huh. There was another one because I was like, they're like all the old superhero animated shows are back. It was like Superman, Spider-Man, and was Batman? I think Batman too.
I don't know if Batman had one, but Superman definitely did. I think it's over though now, or at least first season is. The Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is 10 episodes, so it's not that long, and they're 30
So when
minutes.
that ends, we'll just do one of that whole thing.
The Batman Caped Crusader is an animated Batman series on Prime Video.
Oh, let's go. So they do the big 3 superheroes all have one.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how current is that. That's not current, is it? Because then it would just
August
be on
1st, 2024.
Oh,
That's last
okay.
year.
Yeah,
Kinda
That's
recent.
that's like 6 months ago.
yeah, it's somewhat modern then.
Season 2 is confirmed for 2025.
Oh, let's go.
It's got to be on Max then, I would think.
Said Prime.
That's weird because HBO owns all of like the Warner Brothers stuff, but
Okay,
maybe.
I'm gonna be honest. This was an AI summary, so let me double check while you.
It might be on both. It might be on both.
Yeah, now you got me
Unless
thinking. so I'm
Prime
gonna
has
check.
some kind of right to Batman that I don't know about. Creature
Oh, yeah,
Commandos.
no, it's on here. I see it. It's
Okay,
on
yeah.
Prime.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, Creature
I'll
Commandos.
probably
is
watch this because I like
supposedly good.
Batman. I
Tends
just
to have
beat the Arkham Asylum game.
tends to have good animated series. Watch Batman the animated series if you
I
have.
did.
Oh, you
I think
see,
I watched the Batman. Right?
that one's good too. There's one that's Batman the animated series though.
That's the one I remember, Batman the animated series.
I watched
Yeah.
the Batman with Batgirl for most of it before Robin.
Yeah, I
That
do
was kind of
remember that.
annoying.
I love Robin, but first Robin.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Nightwing is one of my favorite superheroes. in
I like
general.
Nightwing more than Batman.
And that's a DC character. I don't really even care for many DC characters, but Nightwing, he's up there for me.
This is DC's year. If Superman's good,
That might be my most hyped movie of the year.
let's go.
Like definitely over Captain America.
What else
Probably.
even? What not superhero movies are coming out this year? I can't think of anything.
I would have to look. I can't remember. I usually just keep track of the Marvel and DC stuff.
You think Spider-Verse will finally come out?
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Unfortunate.
That has the potential to be.
Terrible.
Yeah, I guess that, but it has the potential to finish off the greatest trilogy ever.
Yeah, or be one of the biggest disappointments with how long it's been delayed and restarted and redone and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Also,
not
I kind of
good.
hate the Spider-Verse trilogy for making every animated movie look the same since. Wild Robot included, Bert. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah, no, it looks like Puss in Boots.
Yep, Puss in Boots did it too. They do it less than most movies, but for some it makes
does
sense.
Does it look comic booky?
Kind of. It looks like it, just not with as aggressive colors.
A movie that I thought like took the the Spider-Verse
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, style, but did it like its own twist on it.
That
was
would make
Ninja
sense
Turtles.
though, because Ninja Turtles is a comic book. It doesn't make sense for Puss in Boots.
It felt different enough though. And they did certain things at certain times where they ran it like it was panels and stuff like during their montage.
There's nothing wrong with it. Like the style looks good. I just hate how everything looks the same.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I kind of want originality between movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was something
You
I
didn't
saw.
need them like visually identify what like where like a tree's from. I don't know. It adds to it.
The Puss in Boots one is the weirdest one to me though, since Shrek had its own style before that movie, and then they're like, quick, make it Spider-Verse looking.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do the new Shrek movie like that.
Doesn't that come out this year?
Oh yeah, I'm hyped for that actually.
Yeah, I think I'm more hyped for that than Shrek. Or not Shrek, than Superman.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think Shrek might be my most excited for the year too, actually, unless I'm forgetting something.
That is actually crazy. That's your guys' wildest statement so far.
I don't know,
Shrek's
man.
good.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Shrek 2 is peak. Shrek 1's great. Puss in Boots 2 is great. Puss in Boots 1 is pretty good too. Shrek 3 and 4 are alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hyped for Superman and Crypto.
Oh yeah, I like Crypto. I just don't like Superman.
Oh yeah,
General.
that's a cute dog.
Yeah. That's all the news I had though. Fantastic Four looks like it's going to be good. Hopefully, like the setting, like the style, like how the characters interacted and everything, and the little 1 minute
I'm just
teaser that we
hoping
got.
we finally get some actual progression in the MCU, because
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, I feel like they've been running in circles for a while.
They have been, but they have to do something now. Like Secret Wars is literally around the corner. Well, I guess Doomsday first, and then Secret Wars.
But isn't Doomsday pretty much Secret Wars Part 1?
Yeah, it's gonna be like Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried, but we'll see.
Yeah, because they gotta like get moving and like create some stakes and some drama.
Well, also, just like I don't really care about any of the Marvel characters right now, except for, let me think, Shang-Chi, I guess I like, and
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I forgot about Shang-Chi and that he's been
Spider-Man.
introduced.
It's just been so long since we've seen some of these characters too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's all I've got though. So
I like Kate Bishop actually.
yeah, I'm not a huge Hawkeye fan, but Kate's cool.
That's literally the best show.
Debatable.
It's not.
Loki's better, I think.
Maybe but Loki has 2 seasons. So
Okay.
if Hawkeye had a second season, it would top Loki season.
No, it
2.
wouldn't. Loki season 2 is peak Marvel.
Well, I don't know if it's peak Marvel, but it's definitely peak for the shows.
It's right there.
Hawkeye only has 1 season, and Hawkeye season 1 is the best season 1 of all the shows.
No, it's not. That's
Hawkeye
ridiculous.
was pretty good.
It's good, but it's not like incredible.
It is incredible.
Okay, whatever. Loki season 2 is peak. Oh my gosh. The
I
ending
agree
of
with you
Loki
on
season
that.
2, the whole time traveling thing, he literally lived
Yeah,
like a
I
million
like when
years.
he spent years learning physics or math or something that he
Yeah.
was learning, engineering.
Just the writing was so clever. Everything was just so well done in that. Big fan.
I think Les Burt has something else.
Yeah,
I don't.
Might be time.
Oh, actually, I could talk about briefly this assignment that kind of bodied me.
Let's go.
So, I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. In the assignment, I have to like write requirements out for a program, and there's different like parts of said program. Like there's like
Sure.
5 different parts I have to write requirements out for. Well, it's group work, and in the assignment, the way she like said like what to do, she did bullet points. So I thought And most people in my class thought that we were supposed to respond with a similar format with bullet points, right?
Okay.
So today after class, I hear her talking to a kid, and she briefly mentions that she kind of wants it in a paragraph form. So then that caught my ear. So then I look over at her and I like ask her more, and it turns out that instead of the bullet point thing, she wants it in a paragraph form. She wants it in a story. So she, instead of like having to read bullet points, she just wants to read a story and get the same information. So I show her my work, and she says that it's pretty much all useless. I have to redo it all.
She said you're pretty much stupid.
The work is super tedious. Like, it wasn't like easy.
Were you the only one?
No.
Well, that's good at least.
Everyone in my class thought it was bullet points because nowhere in the instructions at all does it say
Did she at least give everyone extra time since the whole class fucked up? That's tough.
No, and she didn't even clarify it to the class. She was bringing it up after class to a student, and I just happened to hear her like mention that. So then I started asking clarifying questions to find out that I did it wrong.
Another person thinks this. I should probably say something.
Yeah. So then after I found out, I was like, I walked around the class and I told a couple of kids, hey, this is how she wants it. And they were all like, oh my God, thank you.
Because you kind of saved the class.
Yeah, because everyone was doing bullet points because that's how like the question looked like it wanted to be answered. And that's how her examples showed us in class.
That's epic.
It was pretty, yeah.
Epic and pretty tragic also.
So yeah, so after this, I have to type up some paragraphs.
Classic.
That's rough, buddy.
Well, I think that wraps up. We got 45-ish minutes, so not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad for a put-together episode.
It was enjoyable.
Next one's Invincible Season 3. I'm pretty hyped for that.
Yeah,
that is going to be good. My friend's been reading the comics, so he's like way ahead.
Don't tell me anything.
No, I have no idea. He's been wanting to spoil it, but I haven't been letting him.
I like that about Invincible, because with the Marvel stuff, I know everything that's going to happen.
One thing I know is that the comics are way different in some aspects.
Oh yeah, like the boys. The boys comics are way different.
Yeah, like the I forgot that agent, the guy that's a robot. That whole side arc.
Donald or Douglas?
Yeah,
or something?
Donald. Donald knew he was a robot, at least in the comics, pretty much since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's little things like that. Or, I can't think. But yeah. I want to read the comics. I'll probably end up reading them just to see the differences.
It'd probably be fun once the show's done.
Mm-hmm.
Be years, probably. Sure, they'll stretch it out.
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, thanks for the episode. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Keep it salty.